What's going on, guys? So today I'm going to tell you about Suncontract. So they're looking to focus on the energy market, and full transparency before I do start, that they did reach out to me to do a sponsored video. However, I'm going to share with you guys projects that I think are legit, and remember, nothing I do say is financial advice. Make sure you guys do plenty of research before making any investments. But with all that being said, let's get on to it. So what is Suncontract? Well, Suncontract is an energy trading platform that utilizes blockchain technology to create a new business model for buying and selling electricity. So how does Suncontract work? Well, through their decentralized mobile app, Suncontract allows independent power producers such as homeowners with solar power equipment installed on their homes to connect with power consumers and trade with each other directly. Now you're probably wondering, so big deal, what does this have to do with anything? Well, currently the benefits of Suncontract. So right now in the current model, typically homeowners who have excess electricity have to sell them to big name companies at a non-negotiable price, which you can see there's some conflict of interest there. However, Suncontract allows homeowners selling excess electricity to join a pool via their Suncontract app, and this enables them to sell their surplus electricity at competitive rates. In return, they will receive Suncontract tokens. And also, it's not just the people selling electricity, also people looking to buy electricity. So here, individuals looking to buy power are able to join the pool and access a competitive market environment, which allows them to select the best rates possible when they're purchasing power. Now they got some future goals, so actually they have something big in April coming down of this year, their product launch, and also they stated that they'll be the first peer-to-peer energy trading company using blockchain technology to launch a finished project. And also they are target market is in Europe, which they state is a liberalized energy market. And I'll end off the slide presentation with some fun facts. So they're actually a Slovenian company, and they stated that Slovenia is a crypto-friendly place. So as far as government regulations, seems that they won't have any issues with that. Also, they're accompanied by the Slovenian Prime Minister in January for the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. So that's actually pretty cool to see. And they also state that they're a utility token, and they're not just something that are looking to make people get rich quick. They actually have a use for that, so they can use this to purchase energy products, panels, heat pumps, etc. And also they have a thing called the Pioneer Program, which they currently have about 50% of their spots free for right now at the time of this video, and you can get 50 Suncontract tokens from signing up, and also a cool Suncontract polo, which I'll show you guys the link to that on their actual website. With that being said, let's go move on to the CoinMarketCap stats. So here we are on CoinMarketCap, and currently at the time of this video, Suncontract is at 29 cents, and they have a market cap at $33 million. So as far as room for growth, they definitely have plenty of room because it's fairly low in my opinion. And also, it says it's ranked 252 at the time of this video because, I mean, right now the market cap definitely doesn't fit in the top 100. But, I mean, if this were to develop and excel more in the future, then maybe we could see that. But what's interesting is their circulating supply is 114 million. So that's not, I would say, that much, because actually there's a competitor out there I'm sure many of you guys are familiar with called Ledger, and they actually have a supply of 1 billion, which is pretty much 1/10 of Suncontract supply is 1/10 of Ledger. So definitely I'd say as far as competition, they have way less supply, and you guys can do the math and calculations as far as potential returns. But check it out. So they've been out for quite a bit, and actually back in summer, around July, and pretty much till beginning of Q4, nothing really much happened in the crypto space as far as people getting into it. But you can clearly see the people who did get in early made quite a return on their investments, and we saw all-time highs over here of 60 cents, which I think that's pretty impressive, especially if they were people got in early. And looking at that right now, currently at about 29 cents, so it's definitely a state that Suncontract is still doing well today. And let's look at the market. So right now, Huobi, OKX, CBTC, KuCoin, you guys can see many of the other exchanges, and it seems to me that no major exchanges yet, such as Binance or Bittrex. So definitely I'd say if they were to get on any of the big exchanges, then the volume could definitely spike up and increase in price depending on what the people trade. But actually what's pretty cool is the volume is 8.7 mil, which is, that's actually a decent amount of volume being ranked at this I'd say far in the market. But I would say definitely an interesting project, and also they got Twitter, quite a few followers on Twitter as well, so you guys definitely can check out their social media. Let's go actually to the team. So here we got Grigor Novak. So he actually, I checked out his LinkedIn, and he has quite an experience in the energy field. So I'd say as far as his network and the people he knows, he definitely has the access to the team. And I'd say if you did find this project interesting, I would say definitely research into the team members more in depth to see if you guys can find any more fun facts about them. But for the most part, based off his certain criteria, he definitely, I'd say, fits the niche or the business that he's looking to tackle into. And also, you got some more team members here. So there was the Suncontract video, so hopefully that gave you a better visual on what they're trying to do.
Suncontract. Now look, Suncontract came out just before PowerLedger. PowerLedger is really good at marketing. And of course there was a lot of excitement around PowerLedger because of it being in Australia and the people involved and the high-level investors and, you know, them going out to Richard Branson's island and stuff like that. They got a lot of attention. Now Suncontract, also a decentralized energy market player. They're doing kind of similar things. You can come over here and check out, you know, again, some more of that information. But they just never got that press. Now this is a Slovenian company. They're mainly focusing in Europe right now. Whereas, of course, PowerLedger is focusing in Australia, Southeast Asia, of course, global potential without a doubt, but Suncontract's just there slowly ticking along, doing their thing. It's a really nice project. They've got a good community of people behind them. It's just one of those projects. It's kind of been suffering price-wise for quite a while. Hasn't got that media attention that you really need to see this big surge come behind it. Currently $17.2 million market cap. Definite potential here. If it even got to half the value of PowerLedger, you'd be looking at a pretty profitable return on Suncontract. And of course, you get that warm fuzzy because, you know, you're helping support the renewable energy future brought to us courtesy of the blockchain.
In this video, we're going to talk about, well, I'm going to talk about Suncontract, a project that's basically trying to bring renewable, not only renewable, but energy to the blockchain. In that sense, it's much like other players on this market that you may be familiar with. Two biggest companies I can remember from the top of my mind is of course PowerLedger. Lately, we've also seen WePower have a lot of traction. Before I start though, please like and subscribe. Doesn't cost you anything, but it has value to me. Here is Suncontract on coinmarketcap.com. As you can see, the current market cap is about $22 million. They have a very high daily trading volume, especially considering their market cap. Of course, that's not exclusively a good sign, especially not considering the price is going down. I featured Suncontract in my recent investment part about 3.5 weeks ago. The price has actually gone significantly down. I believe it was around $32 million market cap back then. Of course, that's bad news for the people who invested back then, but it's good news for anyone else looking to get on board this project. Just for comparison, WePower, I should mention, I'm not too familiar with WePower, but it is my impression that they're not exclusively trying to accomplish the same thing that Suncontract is, but it is in the same field, same industry. And we can see WePower has a current market cap of $39 million. PowerLedger, also pretty much the same. They do operate in a different region than Suncontract. Suncontract is out of Slovenia, as far as I remember. PowerLedger is an Australian company, but we can see PowerLedger has a market cap of $162 million, and when they peaked, almost $700 million. And of course, Suncontract did have some traction back here. They approached $70 million market cap. Suncontract is based out of Slovenia, Europe, but they actually do have plans to expand. They describe that in more details in the FAQ section on their GitHub. Let's have a look at that. So here it is, and of course, mind you, this is published on June 28th, but there has been recent revisions to it, of course, and this is the section I'm interested in. Which countries will you support? First of all, they focus on the countries where they are most knowledgeable of energy policy framework. That does make sense. And since they're based in EU, that is primarily in the EU. But they also mention Dubai and China as a priority as well. And if we look at their team here, we can actually see, this is the CEO, but we can actually see that they have representatives in the Middle East and in China. I consider that very, very promising, and they also actually, let's just have a brief look at this team. These people are all experts in their field, but they have energy specialists, blockchain specialists, some more traditional business people, analysts, information security, and these representatives. And I wonder if this woman is, like her last name, could be a relative to the other Mandela, I don't know, could be, but it's actually a pretty solid team we have here. A couple of PhDs, very competent people ready to deliver. The team is also very active on social media. They are in the habit of giving weekly updates here on Medium, and as you can see, they are, as they state here, gearing up for the upcoming platform launch on April 1st. Let's just have a look at that. And as you can see, this article basically describes, well, first of all, it describes their vision, but it also describes how Slovenians are ready to trade electricity using the blockchain. And at the time of the date of publishing this article, they are exactly 1 month away from the launch of the decentralized peer-to-peer energy trading platform. There are several other major selling points the way I see it regarding Suncontract. First of all, there's the whole less fossil fuels. That is a selling point to many people, regardless of what you think of it. And I also like the combination of people investing in this. I think this serves the fewer fossil fuels, serves as a motivation for people to go in investments like this for ideological reasons. And if you combine that with the greed that's pretty much characteristic for the whole crypto investment space, I think we have a very solid combination, so that could actually be very beneficial for a company like this. And again, that also ties in with the success we've seen of, for instance, PowerLedger. They also have a decent sized community. I believe they have around 3,300 members on their Telegram channel. And again, we shouldn't underestimate that they're really just about to launch in Slovenia. And after that, according to the plan, and they have actually been delivering on almost everything in a timely manner so far. But they are looking to expand to other territories, probably, as I already mentioned, in Europe, starting in Europe, moving on to certain parts of the Middle East, and moving on to China. Especially the latter could be really, really interesting. Right now, it's trading at around 30-40% lower than the ICO price was. So it's really a pretty attractive investment opportunity, in my personal opinion. Finally, I just want to state openly here that I am invested in Suncontract, but I really see this as a long-term hold. I don't see myself closing that position or even parts of that position anytime soon. I really want to see what happens with this, especially if the launch in Slovenia is a success and if they spread to other European countries. If they got a foot in to Germany, that could probably be a big thing. A lot of people live in Germany. Lot of power consumption in Germany, and again, if they could move into China at some point, could be when things started becoming really, really interesting. That's actually all I have for you now. If you're interested in other undervalued mid or low cap cryptos, consider signing up for my free investment report. Just click the link below, and remember, there are no guarantees in crypto, only opportunity. And thanks for watching In It For The Money.